Shabbat Shalom. Judaism has something for everyone. If you like to drink, we have Purim. If you like asceticism or self-denial, well, we just finished with that by fasting on Yom Kippur. If you like to play with fire, we have Lag BaOmer, which is celebrated by making bonfires. If you like to dance, we have Simchas Torah, which will be next Shabbat. And if you like the great outdoors, we have the Festival of Sukkot that we celebrate this Shabbat. Starting tonight, Friday night, and all day tomorrow is the first day of Sukkot. Sukkot literally means booths. During the 40 years of wandering in the desert or the wilderness, our ancestors lived in Sukkot. So we are commanded by the Torah on this holiday to build a sukkah and to make it our main dwelling place, to eat, to sleep, to learn Torah, and spend some time there. But we are also taught if one would suffer from being in a sukkah, that is, from rain or snow, or here in Florida, from heat and humidity, one is freed from the obligation to dwell there. So depending upon environmental conditions, people at least try to eat in the sukkah. We are also commanded to wave what's called the Arba Minim, the 4 species. For the Torah tells us, and you shall take for yourselves on the first day of the festival, mainly Sukkot, the fruit of the citron tree, that's the etrog, an unopened frond of the date palms, myrtle branches, and willows that grow near the brook. Our rabbis imbue these Arba Minim, these 4 species, with many deep and mystical meanings. Let me share a couple with you. There's one midrash that explains the 4 species represent different groups among the Jewish people. The etrog, or the citron, represents the scholarly and pious. The lulav, the palm branch, represents the knowledgeable that are less pious. The hadassim, the myrtle branches, represent the pious who are less scholarly, and the arava, or the aravot in plural, the willows, represent the less pious and less knowledgeable. Now, in order to fulfill the mitzvah of waving the lulav, or all 4 Arba Minim together, we have to hold them all together in our hands. This represents that despite our individual differences, we are bonded together as one people because of our values and our history. If any of the 4 are lacking, there is no mitzvah fulfilled. Again, representing that all Jewry must come together as a unified people in order to receive God's blessing. The rabbis also explained how the 4 species teach us the prerequisites for genuine leadership. The palm branch, the lulav, symbolizing the backbone, which represents strength, conviction, and determination. The citron, or the etrog, symbolizing the heart, which represents, of course, caring, compassion, and kindness. The myrtle, the hadassim, symbolizing the eyes, which represents vision, the importance of vision and seeing clearly. And finally, the willow, or aravot, symbolizes the lips or the mouth, which represents our speech and how to use our words to praise and not denigrate, to uplift and not tear down. The rabbis also tell us that the lulav is connected with victory over our enemies. There's a midrash that explains the mitzvah with a parable of 2 people exiting from a court of justice, not knowing who won. If one exits with a flag, that person won in judgment. So perhaps this year, as we hold in our hands the Arba Minim and raise the lulav, this too will show our strength and determination to overcome the conditions and limitations that we've been experiencing due to the pandemic. I pray this will be a year of great triumph and victory over our current status quo, the difficulty we're experiencing, and I pray this will be a joyous and most happy new year for all of you. So, Chag Sameach, happy holiday, and Shabbat Shalom.